Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, August 29th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I find balance by consciously connecting to my body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. And, looking at this week ahead is overall quieter compared to like last week's shifty week. We do have some yod brewing as Venus finishes up in the sign of Leo. So the yod pointing to Venus and Leo, again with Pluto and Neptune feeding in, and the reminder of staying strong in love, having courage to help keep moving us through, keeps coming through. Venus will shift next Sunday into Virgo, adding more of that Virgo energy. We're also building into Mercury retrograde. That'll be happening next week, not this week, but we are in that shadow. So we have ongoing lessons around relationship that we're going to find ourselves reviewing with Mercury in Libra and preparing to go retrograde in Libra. That being said, let's look at today's astro energy. Today's astro energy is actually very strong Libra energy with the moon moving into Libra. Moon moving into Libra at 2:45 a.m. and connecting with the moon, or connecting the moon and Mercury first thing in the morning. So adding a little emotional energy. The thing that's coming up around this is, especially with Mercury in Libra, just consciousness around mirrors. So often what I find to be so serving in relationship is when stuff is going on, noticing what is that mirroring in me, what is it mirroring for me in lesson, whether it's good relationship stuff we'd label as good, or challenging relationship stuff, we can find those mirrors for ourselves. And so my feeling is, as the moon's coming over, with Mercury moving through Libra, again, preparing for this retrograde, this is the place to be noticing at this time. What is this bringing up for me to be conscious about at this time? After that, we have actually the moon making the majority of the connections today, all of the connections today, actually. Moon connecting to Mars, Mars in Gemini. Moon in Libra, Mars in Gemini feels very chatty. I have Libra friends who will message me, are you feeling chatty? His energy feels very chatty, very mentally stimulating. Definitely may even have some fun for us in our connections through the day. What I would say is making sure you're staying balanced in yourself in this energy and allowing yourself to be yourself. Again, one of the things to be aware of with the Mars transit is noticing where we can start mirroring others unconsciously. And so maybe in this connection, it's like, okay, how do I stay balanced in me, appreciating this thing about somebody else and knowing that I can be me in connection with somebody else. It's also okay when we mirror others. I think we learn that as a child, as a baby, to mirror others, right? So it's in our wheelhouse of gifts. But sometimes we do it unconsciously. So it's like, all right, I'm going to be consciously allowing myself to be me. And if I do mirror, it's because this is something I'm wanting to call in for myself, for new balance within myself. Our final connection, speaking of the self, is the moon in Libra opposing Jupiter in Aries. And Jupiter in Aries is, again, reminding us of who we are. Who we are is important and necessary. I was reaching for that word. I'm like, where is it? Necessary. Who you are is necessary. So staying in touch with your I am energy. We will have the moon building into an opposition with Chiron, but I do think that's going to be early Tuesday, time-wise as I'm looking at it. But be aware of that energy. That we may have, again, even as we connect to others, we may have some of our own wounding to come up to find some healing in and through. Like I said, overall kind of quieter day. Lost my card. With Sun in Virgo, staying rooted, staying balanced, very important. And I get that with the Source card. And you can root through multiple parts of yourself. You can root like through the root chakra, but you can also root in and through love. You can also root in and through your heart. So letting that energy drive, especially as Venus is in Leo, for the next week, finishing up, staying connected to that love place. I do have the clinging to the past card. So this may be dependent on your chart. Like looking, I'm like, where is this really coming up? This may be dependent on your chart, but again, this may come up in some relationship stuff, that there's places that you're still holding on to stuff, might be in relationship, that needs to be moved through at this time. And this may be some of the mirrors that are popping up for you, to be aware of that. I love the next card actually in regards to this, the possibilities, staying open to the possibilities. So often our ego will want to shut down, like when we see something in somebody else that we don't like. I read something this week that I kind of rejected, but also am like mulling it over. And it was basically like the subconscious doesn't know anything but the self. So for you to see something that you don't like in somebody else means that there's some subconscious connection to it for you. That's my paraphrasing of it. And again, like part of me is like, I don't know if I fully accept that. And a part of me is like, and there's pieces of that really do carry truth. And so it's just recognizing those pieces. Again, especially if you're seeing something uncomfortable, this may be pieces of the old that you're still carrying, that's wanting to be shifted in and through at this time. And again, approaching it with love can be so super healing. So I'm leaving that there for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.